Today, I want to talk about using placeholders in Price&Cost. Resource management in Price&Cost is a breeze. You can easily manage people and cost rates, assign roles with multiple rate cards. This way, you can make sure that you're always getting consistent estimates and reconciliations from one project to another. And there is no chance of somebody accidentally using last year's cost rates or mixing up rate cards for the client. But when it comes to estimation, you often don't want to think about specific resource you're going to be using. It's funny how just thinking is a Jack or Jill for that design part of the project puts us thinking about people's availability, skill set, etc. Whereas all we really want at this point is to get an accurate estimate for the budget, cost, and profitability. If we start thinking about a specific resource, we are burdening ourselves with additional parameters to think about. And eventually our decision which resource to use for the estimation will affect the final estimated financials. This is where placeholders come in. The concept itself is nothing new, but the way placeholders are implemented in Price&Cost is rather special. You see, we want to leverage all the resource data you have in Price&Cost and put it working for your benefit. So placeholders in Price&Cost are fully automatic. Let me show you what I mean. Placeholders are automatically created for every new role you have in Price&Cost. Placeholders inherit the bill rate from your role. If you were to update the bill rate, it will get automatically updated for the placeholder as well. But cost rate is where things get really exciting with placeholders. I'll explain. The cost rate for placeholders gets automatically updated in either of the two ways. If you don't have any resources with a given role assigned as their default role, we will use the profitability goal setting on your account to reverse calculate the placeholder cost rate. However, once you have resources assigned to the role, we will use the average cost rate for all those resources assigned to this specific role as the cost rate for the placeholders. Let me show you an example. So let's add a new role. Let's say a senior developer, and give them a bill rate of $100. Now that this role is added, I will see that a new placeholder got created. It did inherit the bill rate from the role that I've created, but you will see that the cost rate is set automatically to $50 per hour. We don't have any resources assigned to this role yet, and so the way we arrived at the $50 per hour is using the global profitability goal set. Now, let's try adding a new resource and assigning them to the senior developer. So I'm going to go and add a new resource. So I'll type Aaron Clay, and I will select the senior developer role to them. I'll give them a cost rate of $75. So let me add that in. And now if I go and look at my senior developer placeholder, I will see that the cost rate automatically changed to $75 per hour. That's because I now have a resource assigned to this role, and therefore the placeholder got updated. Now let's make things a bit more interesting. Let me go and add another resource. Let's just add Jack Black. And with Jack, let me go and select the same senior developer, but for Jack, we'll define the cost rate as $65. And so I'll add Jack in. And now, if I go and look at the placeholders, let me go and search for the senior developer, I can see that the cost rate yet again changed and updated to $70 per hour. Now that we have 2 resources assigned to the senior developer role, the system automatically calculates the average between the 2 and sets that for the placeholder. Isn't that cool? Now, placeholders in price and cost are not just fully automatic, they are self-learning as well. So let's go and have a look at how to use placeholders on an actual project. So I'll go and open a project I have started here already, and an estimate for that. And so I already have some named resources added, but I'll go and add a couple of placeholders as well. And in price and cost, you can actually mix the named resources and placeholders. So I know that I need a designer and I need a QA engineer to be added to my project. So let me go and add a designer in addition to the senior creative I have here. So you will see that on an estimate, the placeholders are always at the top, and it's easy to spot them because they have this badge next to them. So I'll go and search for a designer, and I can add a designer placeholder. You will see that the cost rate and the bill rate inputs are disabled when the placeholder is selected, and that's just so that you won't be able to change those because, as we established earlier, those are defined automatically. So I'll go and add the designer resource in. And this, of course, would change my budget and the cost and the profit. And let me go and add a QA engineer against this testing activity that I have here. So in the same way, I'll go here and I'll just look for a QA engineer and I'll add that placeholder in. Again, the cost rates, bill rates are automatically populated for that. And so, just like that, without having to think about specific resources and choose between those, I was able to create a confident estimate using placeholders. So, all in all, placeholders turn project estimation into a quick and painless process. No need to think about specific resources to select, but more importantly, it's all fully automatic and self-learning. Price and Cost provides the confidence around your project financials. So all that's left for you to do is delight your client with excellent results.